next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 14 wins and 4 losses. He stands 177 centimeters tall and weighs already 75.7 kilograms. Representing the Box MMA from Bogotá, Colombia. Give it up for Mauricio Otalora. And his opponent, hey, out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 8 wins and 2 losses. He stands 180 centimeters tall and weighs already 77.9 kilograms. Representing Octane Fight Club out of Bogotá, Colombia. Give it up for Gabriel Bula. Your referee is Hugo Apupolito.
Former LFC champion versus former LFC champion to make a name for themselves in the Brave Arena. Final instructions from the referee, and both these boys are locked in and ready to throw down.
Brave Nation, this is a culture dedicated to making judges completely irrelevant.
Both men throwing hands straight away. Otalora keeping those hands high, typical of a Thai stylist. Oh, they get caught with a beautiful overhand left. Ratal switching stances regularly to give Otalora different looks. Nice double jab straight. Oh, beautiful catch of the kick from Otalora. But the former Pan American wrestling champion Otalora seems happy to stand. Changing levels. He's getting caught with that short hook when he comes in. He needs to be a little bit more savvy. Big overhand from Otalora, swing and a miss.
Oh!
Momentarily in on a single, but decides to let it go. Gabriel Bula seems to be taking the fight right here to Otalora.
Very interesting to see both fighters shifting from orthodox to southpaw and back. Big shots landing, Phil.
I think Otalora looks like he's trying to find that one-punch knockout. But as we know, sometimes when you're trying to find it, that's when it never comes. It's like looking for your keys when you need to leave. Otalora covering up. He's trying to find a home for that big right hand. But as you say, Carrick, both men constantly switching stances, trying to give their opponent a different look, trying to make it difficult for them to get a read, to download the data.
I'm impressed with the degree to which Otalora is shifting. I'm also impressed with his mixing up body and head attacks. A little too much head hunting in mixed martial arts worldwide. There it is again.
Is he in on a big jump double? That's a beautiful double leg, and you can tell by the flare he got on that. But decides to jump inside the guard of Ratal.
Air Otalora leaving from runway brave.
Watch the wrist control from the submission specialist, Gabriel Bula. Maybe looking to dive on a Kimura here. Can't quite see from our position if he has the grip he needs on it, but you can see Otalora intelligently stuffing his own hand down to grab his shorts, which is legal. You cannot grab your opponent's shorts, but you can grab your own shorts. Like I said, Otalora happy to sit in this position and land strikes where he can. But I like the work of Ratal. He's trying to grab that wrist, maybe trying to look for a triangle, trying to set up a submission. He has the feet on the hips. May look to push down on the hips, separate and stuff Otalora's wrist between his legs for the triangle. Oh, he may be looking for a Mayflower sweep here. Decides to let it go. Otalora doing the right thing, trying to immobilize the hips of Ratal by stuffing it against the cage wall here.
Jamming against the cage wall can be a double-edged sword. It can shut down your opponent's game, but it can also give the opponent an opportunity to pop back up to standing. Right now, Otalora is completely in charge of this fight. And Hotel coming back a little bit, moving his head away from the cage.
I like that, was very intelligent, just kept the hips moving back. He has both feet on the hips now. That's always a sure sign that a submission specialist is looking for something. Lesser fighters would sit in a closed guard, and Ratal is always looking for those wrists to try and set something up. He's diving in on the Kimura. Otalora wise to it, but he's eating elbows to the side of the head here from the bottom. Needs to be wary of the armbar. Ratal's doing a good job of not absorbing too much punishment as the guy on the bottom. Again, Gabriel Bula with that wrist control. 30 seconds left in the fight. Can he throw something up? Well, nice short elbows from the bottom.
Hotel knows he's got short time left. To have any chance of winning this round, he's got to throw some kind of a submission that comes close.
You can see he's searching for that triangle, but it's just a little bit too late in the ground for it to be, a little bit too late in the game for it to be productive. But he's eaten a number of shots here. Mauricio Otalora just putting an exclamation point on the end of that round.
Fantastic first round, Phil.
Beautiful wrestling from Mauricio Otalora. But what I love about Gabriel Bula, when he was on his back, he was constantly looking for things. He wasn't just inaccurate. He wasn't just holding on to his opponent trying to stall. But Mauricio Otalora looked a little bit fatigued in his corner there. It'll be interesting to see if that impacts upon his performance going into the second round. Ratal up needs to stand, perhaps a little bit of gamesmanship here.
Phil, like it's right down a Green Hill replay.
They both men opted to throw hands and exchange a little bit, trying to find that one punch knockout finish. But I think once they realized it wasn't happening, beautiful big jump double from Mauricio Otalora, landing in that half guard, just taking that into the guard. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, dominant with the ground control, but he really made to work for it by virtue of the position from the south. Finishing standards of that round. Mauricio Otalora needs serious damage, serious hands down on Gabriel Ratal.
We agree with Phil, 10 down, Mauricio Otalora.
Yeah, I think that's the fair summation of what happened in that round. It's very difficult to have a round scored for you if you're constantly on your back. You know, we always throw back to Kevin Randleman. Kevin Randleman and Bas Rutten. That's really the only one I can think of. All to play for leading into the second round. Will Mauricio Otalora opt to go in for the takedown again? Use the hands to set up the takedowns, or will Ratal be wise to it now? Will he be able to sprawl heavy and hard, dig for the underhooks, and try and mount a little bit of offense of his own?
Phil, I'm loving the officials here, making sure the surface is safe.
Ratal opens up with a big strike of his own. He's landing that lead hook. Needs to be careful in the clinch. Eats an uppercut, but wow, head kick the tent from Ratal right off the bat, just throwing it right up to the chops of Otalora.
Hotel may have lost one round, but he is in this fight.
He's implementing some very intelligent boxing, just staying just out of reach of Otalora's strikes, but able to land his own. See him pop the jab and just able to slip right there. Nice mixing up of the combinations using the hands and the feet from Ratal. Big overhand from Otalora. Momentarily knocks out the... It was a hair bobble. I thought it was a gum shield. Momentarily knocks out the hair bobble. We're not going to stop a fight for that in Brave Combat Federation. The punches are coming a little bit more laboured from Otalora. He landed a clean overhand, which I think had he have landed that in the first round, it would have been game over.
Otalora is buoyed by landing these shots, but he is definitely looking tired. Big takedown.
And this is a good thing for Otalora, because not only is it scoring points, it also gives him the opportunity to recover a little bit, but he needs to be wary of the guillotine attempt from Rattal. He's just got the one-arm grip at the minute. He may try and stuff his hand in there and try and get underneath the chin of Otalora, who looks like he's trying to pop that head out, and does so. Rattal sensing that Otalora might be a little bit fatigued. Again, goes for that bicep grip.
Beautiful guard work by Hattel from bottom.
I like that, even when... Oh, he's got the Kimura grip. Can he use it to either submit or sweep? Otalora gripping onto his own shorts here, which, as I've alluded to, is legal. But Rattal could also use this as a sweep to transition. Watch him kick at the hips of Otalora if he were to use it as a sweep.
Otalora showing tremendous power, tremendous strength in avoiding this submission or sweep.
Rattal hasn't quite gripped and ripped on it. He seems to be taking his time just for the meantime. Otalora trying to straighten that arm out and roll it back in. We might see the sweep coming. We've seen a slight elevation there from Rattal.
Very risky move from Rattal. Let it go, went for it again, now he's lost it.
He still has that wrist grip and back in over.
He's got it back! It's deeper!
Oh, this looks a lot tighter. He's just riding that up the back of Otalora.
That chicken wing is getting nasty!
Oh, we may see a verbal tap here. This looks tight. This could be it all over. He's riding that up the back. That arm must be made of rubber.
How long can this man take it?
What are Otalora's shoulders made of? He's practically scratching the back of his own head right now.
3 minutes to go.
Switches the grip, goes one arm on it.
Back again.
The amount of effort Rattal is putting into this Kimura, but the resilience, the strength, the ability to endure of Mauricio Otalora, who now takes the back.
Otalora is the Hulk.
Absolutely crazy exchange here at Brave Combat Federation 26 in Bogota, Colombia. From what looked like a fight-ending Kimura to Otalora now being on top.
Phil, how close was that arm to breaking?
It was at shades of Nogueira and Frank Mir. Any higher up and we would have seen a pop right there. Well, that just speaks to the gritty determination of Otalora to try and get his first win here in Brave Combat Federation.
The gritty determination of Mauricio Otalora and the gritty determination of the great nation of Colombia.
Mauricio on his feet, just looking to dive back in and land heavy, heavy leather. Takes the back. We may see a huge dump tackle here from Otalora. There it is!
Yeah!
Beautiful takedown, just slammed his opponent against the canvas, knocking the wind right out of the rat's sails. But then Rattal again in on that Kimura. He may look to dive back in on it, but with only 20 seconds left in this second round. Referee stands him up.
Stands him up with seconds to go. Seconds to go. Is something going to happen?
Big overhand again from Otalora. Oh, again, a beautiful right hand, and again, throwing it at will. What a round of mixed martial arts action here at Brave Combat Federation 26. Otalora looks almost finished with that Kimura. Then came back with a beautiful back kick to slam takedown. But he's in his corner right now with his hands on his knees. Derek, he looks tired, he looks fatigued.
He looks fatigued, but what he does is he may be playing possum to a degree. He moves very slowly, and then he explodes into something devastating. Still walking through the Green Hill replay.
There we see both men opening up with hellacious strikes. Otalora showing he has a chin by just lifting into that head kick. Rattal mixing up his strikes nicely. But it was all about the takedown from Otalora. Just leaned forward, using that Pan American Wrestling Champion mindset to get the fight to the ground. But as soon as he got the fight to the ground, Rattal was like a man possessed, trying to add to his already impressive 6 submissions with that Kimura. And just look, he rides that all the way up the back of Otalora. His wrestling man would have passed that without a shadow of a doubt. The closing stance of the round where Otalora lands some heavy punches. And then boom, double underhooks from the back, belly to back suplex, boom, then out again. This has been an unreal matchup so far. I cannot wait to see what's going to transpire in the third and final round of only our fourth fight here tonight.
Only the second pro fight.
Otalora takes a little bit of a wry smile on his face. I'm not sure he's ever had an opponent take a little bit of time to fix his hair. So we know the game plan of Otalora now. He's going to use his strikes to close the distance and secure the takedown. What does Gabriel Bula need to do, Kerrick?
Not this. He has to stop stepping forward inch by inch. He needs to move in and out, and side to side. If he continues to move forward like this while trying to throw heavy shots, he's going to get put in his back again.
And he's planting his feet, almost making himself a stationary target for the takedown. Otalora landing those strikes, just winging them in, hoping something connects.
Very impressive job by Otalora to land those big shots and fatigue his opponent.
So potentially, because of the groundwork and ground control from Otalora, he could be 2 rounds up. So Gabriel Ratal is bound to be knowing that I have to go in there and potentially finish this fight in order to come away with the win.
I think he knows he has to end this. I think he believes he has to end it in this round in order to win the fight.
Yes.
And I think that's the game you're going to see him play, even if it causes him damage, which you're seeing right here.
He's being caught with big shots and covering up. Otalora smells a little bit of blood in the water. Beautiful knee to the body. Can he keep this kind of sustained pressure on his opponent? Beautiful knee to the head. These men are engaged in an absolute firefight. What a perfect opportunity for Otalora to change levels and shoot in on the takedown. Otalora momentarily wobbling Ratal. There we see another big high amplitude takedown. That's what this fight has been about for me, Kerrick, is just that wrestling, just that superior grappling ability, the ability to close the distance, score your takedown, and then attempt to do damage and keep your opponent pinned.
Phil, what impresses me the most is Mauricio Otalora could have done that in the first 10 seconds of the fight, but he chose to stand and trade for as long as he wanted to. Very, very impressive performance. They do like quick stand-ups here. Audience is loving it too.
Yeah, again, a very quick stand-up. As I say, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more time to work on the ground. Because once a fighter does so much work to get a fight to the ground, to be stood up so quickly can be very disheartening.
Otalora working that body and head attack, shifting his stance side to side. His hands are low though. I'd like to see those hands a little higher.
I think that's more a case of fatigue than anything else, Kerrick. And there again, in on a big dump takedown. If he can continue to do this, if he can continue to get the takedown, even if he gets stood up again, score the takedown, like a lather, rinse, repeat. It's very much going to be in his favor. The referee again taking a long, hard look at this.
Otalora knows the referee's going to do some quick stand-ups if he doesn't see him either try an advanced position, land some strikes, or go for a submission. Those are the 3 options right now. Resting is not an option.
Otalora trying to work his strikes here. You see Ratal with that one butterfly hook. He may attempt to sweep with it, again with the wrist control. But I like what Otalora's doing. He has that one hand behind the back of the head. Now he is both attempting a seldom seen can opener submission. Needs to be wary of the triangle or the armbar here from Ratal. Every time Gabriel Bula with that wrist control. Trying to set something up, always working, always looking for something. Perfect opportunity for a sweep should he want it. Just landing little pot shots as an irritant.
Mauricio Otalora has to answer these. A takedown that's not in the interest of advancing position, landing strikes, or going for a submission is delay of the game. There we go.
Both men trying to land their own strikes.
Referee stands him up as we expected.
This time, I think a fair stand up from the referee.
30 seconds, Phil.
Otalora is gasping. He is just trying to wing these punches in.
Rattel
Nice
knows
jab.
he's got to knock his man out in the next 25 seconds.
But Otalora just biting down on his gum shield and flying knee from Rattel. Who knew that rats had knees, but gets caught with a stinging overhand. Barely any time left in this round, and there we have it. What a fight, what an illustration of aggression, determination, grit, the willingness to get to the end, the willingness to stay in the fight until that final bell, to show just how durable you are, just how much you can endure, just how tough your mindset is.
Phil, that is La Raza Luchador. That is a fighting people we are seeing. Phil, walk us through the Green Hill replay if you would.
The definition of warrior spirit from both men. Swinging punches here. It's just engaging in an absolute firefight. Otalora pumping a knee right up the middle. As the wrestler, he had no need to do this. He clearly wanted to put on a show. Then when he illustrated how great he was as a striker, just went on the takedown. Again, it was all about the takedown being really good. Just beautiful work to set up the takedown, incapacitate your opponent, and keep it there. But Rattel trying to do everything he could right until the final bell. Otalora may be tired, he may be looking, he may be bruised, but he still has time to give his fans a shout out. That's a tired man, that's a pump man. And full credit to Gabriel Bula. He was constantly working on the ground for every takedown that was scored against him. He attempted to towards the knee. But it spoke to the veteran savvy of the 37-year-old Mauricio Otalora that he was able to stick in and to gut out that Kimura carry. I was tapping sitting here.
Phil, you have to be the Incredible Hulk in human form in order to do that. I literally believe I thought that arm was on. In fact, I know as a fact that arm was on the verge of breaking. And yet he weathered it and powered out. That is the strength that is Colombia.
Well, let's put an exclamation point at the end of that battle and send it up to the ruling line of play. 2-1, the only Mr. Carlos Kramer.
The Colombian fighter is all about. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 30-27. Your next judge scores about 29-28. And your third judge scores about 30-27 for your winner. Out of the blue corner, Mauricio